The story is set in the deep swamps of America, where no humans live at all. The crocodiles there have become so clever and dangerous that they treat their prey like a game. A group of students reach the same place while roaming around and get trapped directly in the crocodiles' territory. Now it remains to be seen what will happen to them. The story begins in a deserted swamp where a criminal gang had a secret base. The police had been tracking them for a long time and raided one night. There was a shootout, and the criminals threw chemicals into the swamp to hide the evidence. Some criminals were caught and some managed to escape. This poisonous chemical spread through the river, causing the crocodiles to mutate. They became bigger, stronger, and far more dangerous than before. Local news began reporting about their brutal attacks. Tourists started disappearing, and even those who went to steal crocodile eggs were killed by these creatures. In the present time, Kyle is a biology student. Her elder brother was recently killed during a robbery at a convenience store. Kyle decides to immerse her brother's ashes on an island in Florida. Her best friend Alice accompanies her on this 21-hour-long drive. Alice had sold her car, so they had to go in Malika's car. Malika was Kyle's brother's friend, but Kyle never liked her. Still, they had to travel together out of compulsion. Sam, Malika's new boyfriend, also joins them. The four of them set out for the Florida islands. On the way, Alice tells Kyle that her mother withdrew all $2,000 from her account. She also got into debt due to gambling, so she now has to work extra hard to recover the money. Later, everyone stops at a small guest house. There, Alice tells Kyle that after her brother's death, she should move on in life. But Kyle still blames herself for the robbery because she was with her brother that day. Kyle and her brother were in a convenience store when a robber came in, grabbed a child, and demanded money. To save the child, Kyle's brother picked up a wrench and attacked the robber. But another accomplice was also present there. As he tried to grab the child, Kyle crawled toward a pistol to save her brother. But due to fear, she hesitated to pull the trigger. In that moment, the other robber pulled out his gun and shot her brother right in front of her eyes. That incident burned itself into Kyle's memory, and to this day she blames herself for it. The group later stopped at a petrol pump and then continued their journey. Kyle read a newspaper article saying that fish had begun attacking people. An old man nearby warned them, "If you don't get into the water, you'll be safe." After that, everyone got back into the car and continued driving. A little later, Malika suddenly announced that she had a surprise gift for everyone. Actually, she had already booked a small airplane, so everyone could reach the islands quickly. But no one was very happy about it. Even Sam didn't know about it beforehand. Kyle was scared because he hated heights and airplanes, but Malika didn't care about that. When everyone reached the small airport in their area, they met Frank, the captain of the flight. He didn't look like a professional pilot at all. His body smelled of alcohol, and he was smoking cigarettes inside the airplane. Seeing this, everyone grew a little worried, but still, the group decided to fly. Apart from the four friends, 5 more passengers were also on that flight. After takeoff, one man kept talking loudly on the phone, disturbing the other passengers. The irritation among them kept increasing. A middle-aged man sitting in the back finally lost his temper. He raised his fist in anger and warned the man to stop. But suddenly the plane started shaking violently. In the jolt, the middle-aged man's head hit something and he fell to the floor unconscious. Then they found out that one of the airplane's engines had failed and the second engine had caught fire. Cold sweat appeared on Captain Frank's forehead. He realized that an emergency landing was the only option left. But within moments, all the engines stopped working completely. The radio system was also damaged, so they couldn't send any distress signals. The plane began plummeting straight down toward the swampy land below. When the man regained consciousness, the plane had already crashed into a river near the swamp. Luckily, the water wasn't very deep. Alice rushed to pull the unconscious man to the shore, and slowly the rest of the passengers also made it out. By then, the airplane had shattered into many pieces. During the search, it was discovered that both the middle-aged man and the co-pilot were missing. Captain Frank started shouting their names and looking for them. Meanwhile, Kyle stepped into the river because she needed to find the box containing her brother's ashes, which was still inside the plane, but the co-pilot was nowhere to be seen, and they feared he might not have survived. Alice suggested that everyone should wait for the rescue team, but Captain Frank's expression suddenly changed, as if he was hiding something serious. Gradually, the truth came out. The airplane they were flying in was not officially registered. That meant there was no black box and no record of the flight's existence. As a result, no one would know their location. No rescue team was going to come for them. The biggest problem was that they were stranded in one of the most isolated, swampy regions of America, an area where no humans lived and no one ever passed by. However, Captain Frank knew a little about directions. He suggested to everyone that they should move toward the north because there was a chance of finding proper help about 40 miles away. Kyle first explained to everyone that they should collect all the useful things needed for survival. Everyone started gathering supplies when suddenly Alice heard a strange sound coming from the edge of the forest. Her curiosity grew, and she quietly separated from the group to investigate. She discovered a nest full of crocodile eggs. Alice remembered that crocodile eggs are sold for a high price. Thinking about her financial problems, she secretly placed the eggs in her bag without hesitation. Then she returned to the group as if nothing had happened. Meanwhile, everyone noticed something colorful floating on the surface of the river. Captain Frank immediately jumped into the water to pull it out. Kyle also went with him, and Sam, Malika's boyfriend, followed them. Captain Frank, Kyle, and Sam swam toward the floating object, trying to reach it. But as soon as they went a little farther, a massive crocodile suddenly appeared in front of them. It grabbed Captain Frank and dragged him underwater using its deadly spinning attack known as the death roll. Seeing this, everyone panicked and quickly swam back to shore in terror. The fear was overwhelming, and everyone was in complete shock. Kyle, who had deep knowledge of biology, understood crocodile behavior very well. She explained that this area was likely close to a crocodile nest, which made them more aggressive. Crocodiles are extremely protective of their territory. Now everyone realized that the most important thing was to get out of there as soon as possible. Captain Frank had pointed toward the north before his death, so the group decided to continue in that direction. At night, they sat around a fire talking, unaware that danger was silently closing in. One by one, everyone started falling asleep. Meanwhile, one of the men from the group got up to go to the toilet. Suddenly, his phone began ringing. He was thrilled to see that he was getting a network signal. As he tried to answer the call, the phone slipped from his hand. When he bent down to pick it up, a massive crocodile suddenly lunged from the bushes and clamped its jaws around his head. A blood-curdling scream echoed through the darkness. When everyone woke up early the next morning, they were horrified by what they saw. The man's body lay there, torn apart so brutally that his blood and flesh had mixed together. Everyone's blood ran cold at the sight. Captain Frank had once mentioned strange rumors about the crocodiles in this area. It was said that their speed was beyond belief, and their attacks were terrifyingly powerful. They killed not just to feed, but also for the thrill of hunting. Normally, crocodiles hide in the water when they sense humans nearby, but these crocodiles were different. They were fearless, aggressive, and far more dangerous than any normal crocodile. The local villagers had even given a name to a giant female crocodile living in the area. It was said that she had a dark mark on her face and was far more dangerous than the rest. Amidst all the tension, Alice suddenly spotted a structure in the distance that looked like a house. The team thought they might find help there, so everyone immediately started moving in that direction. As they moved forward, a middle-aged woman walked at the front. Everyone was stepping cautiously when Kyle suddenly heard a strange sound. The sound echoed faintly through the air, as if something was moving nearby. Kyle stopped immediately and signaled everyone to halt. She drew their attention toward the sound and told them to listen carefully. After pausing for a few moments and trying to locate the source, she pointed toward the bushes and warned everyone that several crocodiles might be hiding there. Taking control of the situation, Kyle told the woman walking ahead to stop and instructed everyone to stay close together. She explained that crocodiles often target people who are alone, but usually avoid attacking larger groups. At that very moment, a crocodile suddenly lunged out of the water and grabbed a woman, dragging her away. Everything happened so fast that no one could react. Within seconds, several more massive crocodiles appeared and attacked. The entire group ran desperately to save their lives and managed to reach an old wooden house, forcing their way inside. Everyone pushed the door together to shut it, but a crocodile grabbed one girl's leg before it could close. Her scream echoed through the dark, sending chills down everyone's spine. After intense struggling, her companions managed to pry open the crocodile's jaws and pull her inside. But the beast kept slamming against the door from outside, as if trying to break in and kill everyone inside. In the middle of this terrifying chaos, while everyone was focused on holding the door, Malika, whose careless behavior had already annoyed everyone, started acting selfish and panicked. She looked only for a safe place for herself, while Captain Frank kept shouting at her to help. After a long struggle, the crocodile finally retreated and disappeared into the water. But just then, a painful scream of a middle-aged woman echoed from outside. The crocodiles had attacked her in the darkness, tearing her apart. Those inside the house could hear her cries, but were helpless to do anything. Soon, her screams faded away into the silence of the night. Inside, the girl whose leg was injured by the crocodile had her wound tightly wrapped with a makeshift cloth to stop the bleeding. Everyone was exhausted, frightened, and hopeless. Night had completely fallen, and the air around the wooden house was deathly still. The silence outside was so deep that it felt even more terrifying. Everyone knew the crocodiles were hiding somewhere nearby, waiting for the right moment to strike again. Inside the house, the group sat in complete silence, holding their breath. No one knew how long this night would last, or how deadly it would turn out to be. Crocodiles were lurking all around outside. In such a situation, stepping out of the house meant risking their lives. Malika said that staying inside was safer than going out. But everyone else believed that if they remained trapped in the house, they would eventually die of hunger due to lack of food. Captain Frank suggested that they should vote and decide together. The result was clear. Only Malika wanted to stay, while the rest decided to continue their journey and find a way out. Before leaving, Kyle warned everyone, "If you see a crocodile on the way, just run. Don't look back, no matter what. If you do, it'll be impossible to escape." Everyone left the wooden house with heavy hearts. Now each step they took was like walking alongside death itself. Captain Frank once again reminded them how to survive a crocodile attack. He said, "If a crocodile comes from the front and catches you, hit it hard on the nose or poke it in the eye. That's its weak spot. But remember, if it pulls you underwater, there's nothing anyone can do." Hearing this, everyone became even more alert. Frank slowly opened the door and led the group outside. They moved carefully, holding their breath. Thankfully, no crocodile was visible at that moment. The group began walking slowly and cautiously, but the injured girl was in severe pain, making it difficult for her to walk. Her boyfriend supported her, helping her move forward. Meanwhile, Malika, who was already frustrating everyone, lost her patience and started complaining. She felt the injured girl was walking too slowly and delaying the group. Now, danger surrounded them from both sides. Crocodile attacks outside and broken trust within the group. They argued for a while before coming across a wide river that blocked their path. To reach the factory, they had to cross it, but the water looked extremely dangerous. One of the guides suggested building a raft from wooden logs and floating along with the current. He said it would help them cross quickly and save time. Malika feared that crocodiles might be hiding in the water, ready to attack, but the guide reassured everyone. "It rained last night," he explained. "In such weather, crocodiles can't control their body temperature. Right now, the danger is lower. They're probably hiding somewhere cool, which is why we don't see them." Hearing this, everyone quickly got to work. They knew they had to escape before sunset. The injured girl sat on the shore watching as the others tied the wooden logs together. After some effort, the raft was finally ready. Everyone was about to climb on when Kyle suddenly remembered that his brother's bag was still lying on the shore. One of the boys ran back to grab it, but at that very moment, the water began to ripple violently, and several massive crocodiles emerged from beneath the surface. Everyone's heart started beating fast, and the atmosphere was filled with fear. Panic had spread among the group. Two crocodiles were slowly moving towards them in the water. Meanwhile, the injured girl seemed to have made a decision. She looked at her boyfriend for the last time. There was both love and pain in her eyes, and she softly said a few words. Suddenly, she jumped into the water. She did not want everyone to be left behind or in danger because of her. She sacrificed herself to attract the attention of the crocodiles so the rest could escape. Her boyfriend screamed in agony and tried to save her, but Frank and Sam held him tightly and stopped him. In a few moments, a crocodile grabbed the girl in its jaws and pulled her underwater. Only ripples and red, blurred waves remained on the surface. Everyone was heartbroken after witnessing the girl's sacrifice, but the team had to move forward and take care of their friend. After a while, they reached the factory marked on the map. When they looked inside, there were many bullet shells lying on the floor. Frank said these were bullets from the special task force, but there was no mention of this factory on the map. He suspected this place was a secret facility where illegal things were made, and the police must have raided it at some point. He shouted loudly, thinking someone might be inside, but he didn't realize his voice had drawn the attention of the crocodiles lurking in the factory. Frank immediately warned him to be careful, but he ignored it. This angered the captain. As soon as they went inside, bloodstains appeared on the walls. It was clear that a raid had taken place here earlier. Now Captain Frank suggested dividing into two teams to find a radio and call for help. He decided to go with Alice and Malika. Frank then sent Alice to look for another route. Now only the captain and Malika were left. The captain angrily scolded her. He said she was selfish, caring only about her own life and putting others in danger. Her attitude made everyone angry. The captain lost his patience and pushed her in anger. Luckily, Malika managed to hold on to the edge and survived. She panicked and started begging loudly for forgiveness and mercy. The captain waited for a moment. Then he was about to pull her up when suddenly, a crocodile leaped from above and bit the captain's head. The creature dragged him away within seconds. Hearing the screams, the others rushed over and managed to pull Malika out safely. But unfortunately, the captain lost his life. Malika was crying and apologizing for her earlier mistakes, but there was no time to grieve. The group once again went deeper inside. When they entered a room and turned on the light, they saw several crocodiles sleeping in front of them. The biggest problem was that on the other side of the room, there was a small area where the radio communication equipment was kept. If they could cross this area safely, they would survive. The team contacted the radio for help. Everyone moved slowly and quietly through the crocodile area. Kai reached the safe room first, but as usual, things went wrong at the most critical moment. Poor Sam was at the back. He accidentally stepped on a crocodile's nest of eggs. The female crocodile woke up the moment she heard the sound. Sam turned back in fear, and the crocodile's massive jaws lunged toward him. The rest of the team somehow managed to get inside and immediately shut the door so the crocodile couldn't enter. Meanwhile, Kai finally established radio contact. He successfully reached the rescue team and informed them of their situation. Now, everyone had to get out of the factory and find a place that could be easily seen from a distance. While waiting, Kai looked looked around the room. A gun and a large knife were lying on the table. Then his eyes caught a door on the other side of the room that led outside. As soon as the door opened, everyone froze. A huge crocodile stood right in front of them. There was a deep scar near one of its eyes. It was the same crocodile the locals had named and feared for years. The entire group was stunned. No one knew what to do next. Suddenly, Alice stepped forward and stood before the crocodile. She had begun to suspect why this particular crocodile kept attacking only them. The crocodiles weren't being aggressive for no reason. They were protecting their young. Realizing this, Alice pulled an egg out of her bag and raised it in front of the creature. It was an incredibly dangerous move. In the next moment, the crocodile opened its jaws and bit Alice's hand. It hurled her against the wall with brutal force, then began moving toward her again. Kai stood frozen with the gun in his hand, haunted by fear from his past. After a few tense seconds, he gathered his courage and pulled the trigger. The shot rang out. The others quickly took advantage of the distraction and dragged Alice to safety. Meanwhile, Kai kept firing at the crocodile continuously. The rest of the team made loud noises to divert its attention. Then the main hero and Kai faced the giant crocodile head-on. His gun was empty. He seized the moment and lunged forward, stabbing his knife into the crocodile's remaining eye. Now the monster was completely blind. Kai then climbed up and rolled a large chemical drum toward it. The next second, he lit a match and threw it. With a massive explosion, flames burst out, and the crocodile was engulfed in fire. The creature was reduced to ashes in the blaze. The entire group stood there silently, watching the legendary beast perish in the flames. After a while, the 4 survivors quietly left the factory. They finally reached a nearby bridge and waited there for the rescue team to arrive. As soon as the helicopter appeared in the sky, everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. After so many struggles, the nightmare was finally over. Some time later, Kai reached Florida, carrying her brother's remains with her. She gently placed his bones on the top of a tall tower, fulfilling her last promise. As the wind blew softly, Kai looked at the horizon, her heart heavy yet free. For the first time in a long while, she felt peace. Now she could finally begin her life anew. The film ends here, leaving behind a story of courage, sacrifice, and survival. If you felt connected to this journey, please show some love by subscribing to the channel. Your one click means a lot and gives strength to keep creating more stories like this. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.